Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting, super awesome, splendiferous episode of Character Design with Din Money. What do we have here? Oh, sorry, I accidentally left an advertisement for my upcoming game out here. No, I did that on purpose. Kind of got some feedback from some people, and well, not really feedback. I was just like, just holding my ear to the ground. Some people, certain things in Photoshop you think is like kind of so basic, that you don't even like bother sharing with people. Like I know, I used to have kind of problem with like some someone I'd work with, and it's like I'd be like, wait, how did you do that right there? What was that? She's like, oh, this, like, yeah, like, that's normal. Like you didn't know that? Like, what's wrong with you? It's like, oh man, like, oh, that would have saved me so much time, like in my section of this work or something like that. And so I wanted to share a couple of really quick basics before we kind of kick it off today and get into what we're really going to be working on. And I just have this up right here because it is if you're working in Photoshop, a lot of times, and especially if you're working in game art, you'll kind of have to like also do some, you do the concept art, but why not do some of the promotional art and that kind of stuff too? It's like you want to be a valuable team member, that kind of thing. So you might have to do this stuff, and it's a good example to show off some basic things. So the first thing I have on what I wanted to talk about was the brush resizing. Or a new friend of mine, Sin, and a fellow streamer. Hey, conveniently is right here, right now. What up? Thanks for coming, man. What up? Yeah, D Money. Sweet. So I just want to talk about the brush resize really quick, because it's super awesome. Some of you guys might be using the bracket keys. That's kind of how a Photoshop is like their like standard way of doing it. That's how it kind of started. So it's kind of just normal. I don't know at what point, because I only started using Corel Painter at like around X, I think. So like that was one of the things when I was a starting digital artist. I was like, oh man, I really want to learn this stuff. And I saw some like artists. I thought it was like, oh man, if I get Corel Painter, I'll be able to draw just like that. Like, oh, so I tried it out, and I rocked it for a little while actually. And one of the things when I would work on Photoshop, I always thought was I preferred a Corel Painter, which wasn't much actually. But one of the things they did was the brush resize feature. Then instead of on Photoshop where you have to, I don't know if you guys can see the brush. I'll put it up here in the clouds so you can kind of see the circle of it. But like they did the bracket keys, and it's like and then I'm tapping the key, it's slowly going to get bigger. And I don't know about you guys, but that's like like super cumbersome for me. Hey, what up? Thanks for coming out, Hawk. Just a quick little shout out to Hawkson and Koge out there. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Really appreciate it. Anyone else that's new, just tuning in. Hey, what's up? Me, your good host and humble friend, Din Money, here to assist you in a little digital paintingness. I don't know. Either way, that's me trying to be formal. I'm not that good at it, but I try. I try. All right, so cumbersome, right? It's a little like awkward. It's like, because when you're painting, you just want to be able to just go with it. You don't want to stop and reach over the bracket keys. And it's kind of like let's say I wanted to go from really small to like really big, and you have to one click at a time. What Corel Painter introduced, which was like a super phenomenal thing, and like I was so happy when like Adobe caught onto it, which was the brush resize by like a click and drag feature, where if I hold on the Mac, if I hold Command and Option, I can just quickly slide from one side to another. And what's also cool about this is you can customize the color that it does. I know you're thinking, it's like, didn't you choose pink? I don't know, it's just, I think it starts off as red, but I think I was doing green for a little while, but it would never turn the green that I wanted. Whatever, doesn't matter. Don't judge me by the color of my brush resize. It's still, it's a great feature. That's what we should be talking about, how awesome that is, because it's just way more precise. You can really get into it. They also introduced, it's almost more than I wanted. Now they have it to where if I drag it to the side, left and right, it's going to resize it. And then if I drag it up and down, it's going to change like the opacity of it. It's something for me, I like the manual control of the opacity. It's a personal thing. I wish there was a checkbox to check it off, but that's alright. It's not that big of an issue. Like every once in a while I'll catch it at like 99%, and I'm not even going to go into like how that can be like bothersome. But yeah, for using Macintosh computers or Mac iOS, hold Alt or Option and Command, and then whoa, that just went totally awkward there. Thanks. Sorry. There we go. Or sorry, it's Control and Alt. Sorry, Control and Alt. So stupid. Yeah, so Control and Alt, and then you're gonna nice slide, slippity slide, super easy, quick. You might be wondering now, well, I don't use a Mac, I use PC. Well, calm down, we'll get to you right now. Alright, so for PC, use Alt and then right click, and I'll just simulate it right now. For the Mac, you actually have to click down with the brush onto the screen and then drag it. For PC, you just hold Alt and then right click, and you can just resize it from there. You don't have to click down. So there's a little bit of an adjustment. For me, it's not a big deal. Like, it's like, oh, I forgot, like when I'm working on either one, it's just, it doesn't really, it's not that big a deal. But it is a little annoying that it is different on each. But once you kind of understand that, you can configure your hotkeys on your cool little Nostromo, your cool little Razer keypad, whatever you're using. And you can get that so it works pretty fast, whether you are on Mac or PC. It works really nicely. So really quick, Alt Command, click and drag for Mac, Alt, right click, and just move the brush for PC. And then, of course you have to be within 1 inch of the screen for it to activate. So cool. If anybody needs me to go over that again, let me know. Maybe I'll just have that as a highlight or something like that. Cool. Next little thing I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about really quick while we're just kind of covering some just really quick basic tips for for this is like the layer navigation menu right here. As you can see, that's why I chose this, because there's a lot of layers right here for us to work with and that kind of stuff. And it's there's a couple little things that can make it easier. And it's like, all right, so I have all these logos down at the bottom, or let's just use these two for right now, which is here. I'll show you something else. Or no, we'll get to that. So these two. Alright, cool. We have this little Mac and Windows thing. For this game, it's available on Mac and Windows, so we want to have that represented on the screen. And if I hold Shift, I can just kind of click both of these. And if I wanted to click multiple, yeah, you probably all know that. Yeah, holding Shift and then clicking and dragging, it selects it all. Yeah, we already know that, Din. Alright, well, I'm not trying to sell any intelligence, but it's a nice starting point. It's good to know. What if there's also what you can do is, let's say I wanted to select all these, but I don't want these groups in the middle. What am I going to do? Oh, Shift, how do you kind of do that, right? Well, I can hold Shift and we can get them all. But if I hold Command, you can actually select individual layers, which is really handy dandy. And if you've already selected one, you can just unselect that particular layer or layer group, either one. Super duper handy, super awesome. Yeah, definitely try that out. So either Control or Command, we're using PC or Mac, and now we'll do that. And it's just very super useful. Also combined with the black arrow tool, if I hold Command, I can click on the screen. Whatever layer that is that I click on, it'll automatically take me to that layer. So the top piece of glass, so to say, on our layer window right here is where it's going to be. So it's I want to jump to there really quick. And that's super handy when, oops, it looks like it nudged a little bit. Yeah, it's super handy when you have a lot of layers, you're working on some image. It's a quick way to be able to bounce around. So V is the hotkey for the black arrow tool, V as in vector, and then Command. Holding Command, you can just go right there. Super useful, because as you can see, when you start getting into more advanced painting and stuff, you're gonna have a lot of layers, especially if you're doing graphic design, promotional material, all that stuff. Either way, layers are good. Have a lot. This is a good way to help manage and navigate through that. So really quick, Shift, clicking on there, just to summarize really quick. Shift and click, holding Command, can unclick on stuff. Using the V or the black arrow tool, hitting Command on the painting will take you to that layer. Super awesome, super cool, right? Layers, radical. All right, I think I just had one more quick tip before we go, and that's just a super quick one, just the rotate tool. Just super nice, just for line work. 'Cause I know a lot of people struggle with line work, digital. Hey Gecko, what's up? Thanks for coming out, man. I know a lot of people struggle with getting clean digital lines. The rotate will help with that. Yeah, and then besides that, it just kind of comes with confidence, confidence and trust in your stroke. Then basic drawing stuff will help from that on. But yeah, cool. So hopefully those nice little tips are good. Now let's see what we're really drawing today, right? I'll give you a hint. It is someone for Fall the Apprentice. Cool. So here we're going to be working on the alchemist woman, or the alchemy instructor, basically. Fall the Apprentice, there's an alchemist? I know, right? It's going to be crazy. If you're looking at her, you might notice some things are a little weird. She's a little Frankenstein-y. Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm not going to get into her backstory, but yeah, it's going to be cool. So we're going to start drawing that right now. Let me just get a little coffee jazz going on. Woo. And again, if anybody has any basic like Photoshop questions, like some of the stuff we were covering earlier, or any questions, period, or any questions at all, you are more than welcome to ask. So just do a little @DinMoney and on the screen when you type it, and it'll be really cool. Elf Archer chick, yeah, nice. Yeah, we'll see which ones. Maybe we could switch it back to the sword chick, so you guys can see what else we're gonna be working on, or what else is in the game. There we go. Oh, what just happened there? Awesome, right? Cool. So just to give you guys a little reference of another character in the game, that's who we're gonna have in there. That's the sword instructor. Super stoked. Got a new demo coming out this Friday. I'm really stoked about it. Insanely stoked. What's so cool about it. Like, sorry, we'll get to character design. Do you guys mind if I kind of just get a little excitement out in the game? I hope not. Alright, so yeah, I'm really excited because we're actually getting into like, more of the actual game mechanics on this one, and it's kind of, the first one was just to test the initial like software, like, alright, is this going to be able to work for this game? This one, it's actually the beginnings of the full game. So, oh, it's so awesome. Yeah, I still have the, what's cool also is like you're going to be able to, if you want to do the little sword demo again, you can do that one in there, like the early sword, the little sword test, I'll call that. So I'm going to be redoing another combat for that, combat like mechanic. But yeah, so that's in there, and now the archery one's going to be unlocked, so cool. I'm introducing the like kind of the navigation mechanics into the system, so that's going to be really cool. So now you're going to get to kind of like see the layout of the castle and that kind of stuff, and yeah, really exciting stuff is happening, and I'm excited about it. So that's what this is for this character right here. She's going to be for Fall the Apprentice as well. Maybe we could do a little Photoshop thing right now, which is kind of neat. Our art director's like, hey, what the hell? You're working on our project live online and you don't even have the logo present? You can get fired for that. It's like, you're right. We should put the logo of the game on the image. So I'm just gonna quickly drag it from the other screen. Super easy, right? That all happened so fast, I didn't even see it. All right, calm down. Don't worry. Let's walk that through. So I basically have just Windows open right now. Like a Windows PC? No, just like them open up in the normal Windows menu. That's another thing I should have talked about in the basics of Photoshop kind of thing, or just a little like intro to today's session, is the F key. I know you're used to the F word, and that's a very powerful word, and you don't want to use it. The F key is actually really cool, and you do want to use it when you start painting. It's probably like the first thing I do, because for me, working on this, like I can't have like sorry, let's get rid of the logo right now. You just said we needed to keep the logo. I know, but just for a little while longer we're gonna keep it off. Alright, so I can't be working on this and have it being off screen. Like if I try to like start a line from outside the canvas, it's like it doesn't work. Like if I want to just work right on the edge, it's gonna create a lot of difficulties trying to draw it in just like a window right now. And then I could be like, oh, why don't you do this, and then scroll out like blah blah. Then I have to kind of like readjust it every time I want to, zoom in on something. Like I don't know, it's just not it's not my jazz. And then another problem with that is it will always kind of stay at the bottom. Like you can't pull it past. Like say I want to work on the edge, even though we kind of zoomed in a bit, we can't. Like yeah, as you can see, like it won't let us go. I can't drag it beyond that point unless I use the F word at Photoshop and get really mad. No, you wish. The F key. Boom. F key. Now I can move it all the way up here, and we can just have this be like the best like upper knee in the world. It's like, oh. So isn't that super awesome? So F key, it's really useful. It's called full screen mode. So it's very good. Yeah, why not work at full screen? Exactly. That's where we're getting to. So F goes into full screen. There's also a little button for it on this side, right here, this little icon, so that'll give you kind of a little tip where you're at. As you can see, once you press it twice, if you're using Photoshop CS3, I think it has like 4 modes, but on any other one, there's usually just the 3, and there's kind of, so you're going to want a keyboard handy. Otherwise, I think you got to go up to View, like on the toolbar above, View, and then Screen Mode, and then Standard Screen Mode. But yeah, full screen is the best one. Let's say, why would we even want that other one where we lose all our tools and menus? I get scared when the menus are gone. I know, I get scared when the menus are gone too, but we can't let our fear control us. We have to keep calm and remember F key will out us. Yeah. So, and by the way, Xandris, thanks for coming out. What's up? Nice to meet you. It's just me, Din Money, your humble host and servant. We're doing a little character design today, as we are every Tuesday, so nice to meet you. Anyone else that's in, if you haven't popped into the chat yet, be sure to go in. It's a really nice place. I wouldn't say it's a safe space, because we're not like super PC and lame, but we're actually manly, or womanly, if you want to be, if there's any ladies out there. But yeah, that totally derailed me for what I was going to say, but excellent, yeah. Really quick, F key, full screen mode, that's where you want to work, you still get the other stuff. But let's say you have someone like come in really quick, your art director is just like, oh crap, the client's here early, we just show them something really quick. And you're like you don't want to like distract them from this piece. Like, this isn't a good piece to like show up, but like, let's say we wanted to show the promo image and be like, oh, I was just working on this really cool thing right now, yeah. But you really want to show it off, just use the F key again really quick, and then it's just all screen. It's kind of a way if you just really want to get in the zone or show off your work really quick. That's kind of the only time I ever use it, really, just to, if I need to show off something. And I really show off my work like that, so awesome. Excellent. That's why, that's what he's explaining. Yeah, it's awesome. I never got with artists, gigantic screen, they use a small window. Yeah, that's bizarre, right? That's weird. Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's another thing I need to do. I got to get my little like opening routine going. But yeah, I wanted to say like another little good tip for intro digital artists is the Power Glove, or the Smudge Guard, what it's technically called. I have a link to it in my tools, but yeah, I just want to say like thank you to the lady that invented this, and thank you to Smudge Guard, because it makes every day of digital painting great. No sweat on the screen. It's very nice, very nice. Yeah, so definitely pick one of these up. It's about $17.99 plus shipping and handling, but they're so worth it. It's worth every penny. It's very nice. Like, I've seen people, and I say I've seen people, maybe I did it myself, I don't want to admit it, but kind of like modify other like normal gloves and have it work, but just, it's $20. Like, just buy the cool Power Glove, and then you can be a part of the Power Glove team. But again, super awesome. They have single finger or two if you just want to give someone the one finger glove. Yeah, check it out in my little tools section in the info panel. Awesome. Alright, cool. So yeah, let's get back into this. Another cool little tip, let's say, because it's something you're probably going to be doing a lot in digital painting. Sorry I zoom out so much. It's because we need to get in this corner right here. We need to resize that. That's too big. I can't be working on this, character with the icon or the logo of the game blocking half my view. So let's just make it about that big. Dean, how'd you do that? You just made it smaller. Well, it was magic. No, it wasn't magic. It's science. Well, it's not really science either. It's photoscience. Photoshop science? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. It's awesome. What it is, quickly hit Command T, transform, blah blah. The only thing to really keep in mind is to hold the shift when you are scaling up and down. Otherwise, it's gonna wow. You can do that. Like, it's good to know that. Like, I'm not saying like always hold the shift, never change the dimension. Sometimes on characters, it's kind of cool. Sometimes you can just like I'll kind of intentionally not do it when I'm resizing a character, just in case I want to see, what they look like, or just, if it changes anything. So, because just sometimes a little micron of a difference can actually make the character read like so much better or so much worse, but hopefully you make it better. Awesome. Cool. And if anybody noticed that, we used that cool little layer navigational technique I was talking about earlier. Oh, pretty cool, huh? Gosh, Din, you are so cool and helpful. Thank you so much. You guys are welcome. I appreciate the positive feedback. Excellent. Awesome. Sweet. Alright, so let's get into this. We have the just kind of the bare bones of the character right now. And again, that was, Control T to transform, and Command T if you're using a Mac. PC, Control, Command, Mac. You guys get that by now, right? Yeah. Awesome. So let's get into it. We've only got one layer right now, so let's have this be another example. This is the only layer I'm just gonna Command J right now, or as I like to say, a little Harley Quinn style, Command J, Mr. J. It just helps me remember. It helped me remember in the beginning. Now I don't need to remember that way, but it's so ingrained, it's kind of like annoying. But hey, it's fun. You know, it's fun. I like it. I still do it, so can't be that bad, right? Awesome. So, and why I did that is just in case, you know, I'd like to think that I'm like super awesome and make no mistakes, but you never know what's going to happen. Like digital paintings can kind of take a life of their own sometimes. So I'm just going to have that as a little backup. You know what? Yeah, you never know. It's always it's not going to hurt anyone being down there, but it's not going to, you know, cause any problems for me. And it could only help having it. Yeah, so it's just a good thing to do. You know, how do you know when to create a new layer? Like, what are good signs? If you hear rain outside, it's a good sign. No, God, no. No, basically, if you're going to try something new or drastic, if you kind of get to, like, a key phase, I'd say, you know, if you're thinking of just mixing it up, trying just anything new, like, if you kind of get a period, like, a point really solid to where you like it, that's a good time to do it. Or if you notice you haven't created a new layer in a while, or I mean like a backup layer in a while, that's kind of a key time to do that. Awesome, excellent. So I've got some of these in like kind of like ink lines, because I remember I did this during some Inktober-ness. Alright, I want to just separate her glasses, because I want to start messing. I think we're ready to start doing some more like exact lines. So I wanted to see what's involved in what I already had there. That didn't make a lot of sense, but I have all these flat lines in the group. Open up the group, see what's in there. It's kind of like a drawer, the way to think of it. Or like a folder. No, duh, it's got a folder on there. Jeez, you guys, come on. I'm just trying to be helpful. Alright, so let's do this. Let's fade out that other layer, our previous sketchy layer. Now we can kind of go in again on top. And we'll just start making these a little more clean. Just kind of get a better idea. Right now, I could even start working on the costume design, which is what I might do actually. Actually, that's probably what we should do now. That's good enough. Maybe the hand. I'm thinking I want the hand a little open, so maybe we can place different objects in there. 'Cause this is going to be for a sprite in the game, so it'd be cool if like, oh, she's got this crazy like you know, fizzling whatchamacallit, like flask right there, and then the next time she's got like a little like lizard or something like that. I don't know, but with the hand open, the possibilities are endless. Excellent. One part of the face is human, the other one is elf. Could that be? Good eye. Very good eye, yeah. I wish I could talk more about that, but you'll have to play the game! What game? This game. Boosh! Sorry, I'm going to keep that zoomed in so no matter where we are, it's like I flash back to it and look really cool. So that game! Yeah! Cool. It's Folly Apprentice. Yeah, that's cool. And you might be wondering how I toggled between those that quickly. Holding Command, or I think Control in PC, and then you know on next to the number 1 key, the little squiggly, that key. So hold Command and squiggly, and that'll just toggle through your images. Again, if you have to do a quick slideshow for like a client or something like that, that's a really good way to do that. Have everything in Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, do you really need to make a PowerPoint? Yeah. Actually, you might have to if yeah, but I'm just saying, like, emergency show-off thing. Or just if you're working through a lot of files. Actually, that's probably more than one. I don't know why everything comes down to, like, showing off stuff. Cool. This is pretty so far. We were looking for the keyword beautiful, so I have to ban you now. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks. I'm glad. I want the ladies to look very beautiful. This one, I want her to look very beautiful, too. I think she has to have the biggest brains, if you catch my drift, out of the all the ladies in here. Gosh, drawing that, I'm getting all like distracted. God, typical men. Alright, sorry about that. Cool. So right now I'm kind of just cleaning up, emphasizing some of her like pose a little bit. I just want to make sure it's feeling right before I kind of go in with the clothes. And as you can see, I'm not really laying down very thick or precise lines. Yeah, I'll say they're a little more precise than these super rough ones, but I'm not really getting like super hung up on them. Yeah, just because we gotta put clothes on her, so I'm just gonna keep it a little thing. Did one of your lovely studio mates help you with the pose? You'd think so. I actually wish I had time to have them help me with that. Yeah, that'd be the ideal. Every time I say like my, because I work with two females, and I'll be like, yeah, they help me when I'm drawing girls, and it sounds really cool. Like, oh, well, that's awesome. Reference material. Nah, not really. It's just like, can you help me? And then they're like, all right, let me show you how this works. Like, do you think this is what you men think how boobs work? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, they're just super good at it, and vice versa. I'll help them with the dudes. Reference wise. Oh, JK, I wish. Let's look. Okay, Xander's. To be honest, I find it weird she needs glasses on both eyes since one is obviously not from her. Should be better. Why not go for asymmetry there? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That is a point. Since she is already so asymmetrical with her design now, I don't know if it's quite as needed. I would think though, like if we really wanted to get technical with it, like I know some people like one of their eyes is like worse than the other. I think like my studio mates might be that way, but like yeah. It's I see what you mean. It's definitely worth experimenting. I always actually on that note, I always keep the glasses and kind of like since that's such a unique accessory, I try to keep those on a different layer. So that's a good point, and I would say like if there is any if you have a doubt, there is no doubt. Does anyone know what that's from? I don't know. I think it was from like that movie Ronin or something like that. But either way, yeah, it's good. Just because maybe we'll have no glasses. It's like it's kind of neat. It's nice to have them able to move and be separate, and it's a little easier to paint around the face. Like if we don't have glasses on, then you can just have the glasses after. Like, I don't know, it's kind of, when you think about it, like kind of, not realistically, but realistically, how it's like, oh, cool, like, there was a face on her and just hair first, and then she put all this other stuff on, is almost like a way to kind of approach your, like, character design process, like, because if you get, like, the pose, like at a pretty good spot, or I don't want to say pretty good to say, like, you don't need a standard level, but if you get the pose where you want it, and, like, working nicely, especially, like, anthropologically or anatomically like correct, then your everything you add on it is just going to be kind of flavoring from there. Oh, and hey, what up, Alice Drake? What up? Good evening to you, sir. It is me, your humble host and good friend Din Money. Yeah, nah, just kidding. JK. Anyone new that's coming in though? Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you, Din Money here. Your new friend and still humble host of this wonderful drawing show. We're here drawing some character sprites for. Actually, this is a character concept and sprite. Killing two birds with one stone. But that's alright, sometimes like you'll be surprised. Sometimes they just might use your concept. Like if you're working in a game studio, sometimes your concept art might end up being the official art. Like, so never do anything to where it doesn't look good. Like, be ready that everything you do is going to be shown to like the world. So that's a little inside tip for you guys. Yeah, different ditropies. Yeah. I can't stay long because I'm at work. Keep up the good work. You will be traveling. Will you be tweeting the final image when you're done or something? AMV, I don't know if I said hello to you yet. I think I did. Yeah, you said it's pretty so far. Oh, cool. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know if eventually you'll see the finished one. But since this is for a game, I might not be able to show it till like she kind of is released in that game, like to share the actual image. But I do appreciate you wanting to see it, and good luck at work. And whenever you have to go, let me know, and I will bid you farewell, Din Money style, which just means see ya. Nah, just kidding. She'll say bye to you or something. We'll try to work something out for you. So I'm thinking of how this hand's going right now. It's like, what? I don't want her to look like she's holding like a hot dog, but whatever. I'll just leave them a little off. Cool. And again, yeah, I don't need to be super specific about that. Like, until this one's already a little long. That's alright. Again, I'm gonna be worried a little bit more about the design. The hand, yeah, we can wrap up the hand later. Cool. Alright, cool. I think so we have a little baseline sketch out. Under that layer we had a nice little, like as you can see, this like a more like scratchy, thick lined layer. This is kind of a result, like or a good thing if you want to like start off and just get the gesture right. Either zoom out really big so the canvas is small, or just start with the like a small like thumbnail. You know, so whoop. So you're just drawing like really small first to kind of just, because when it's small you can kind of see everything at one time. It's easier to compare. Like see, I see the hands like huge. So I should have done that smaller, but that's alright. We can, plenty of time to change that. So now we have, let's fade that out again, because I want to kind of keep it a little bit, just because when we add a silhouette and kind of lock everything within that, I could maybe blur those lines out and turn them into just kind of shading. Like, it's kind of cool. Like you can almost use your like working lines to kind of feed into your final product. You know, think of it like recycling. Nah, it's not like recycling. It's just eating leftovers, I guess. Maybe that's a better way to put it. I don't know. It's cool. Living efficiently, maybe that's the way to put it. Whatever, just do it. Okay. I'm not good with the analogies today. I think I'm like 0 for 3. Maybe the coffee needs to kick in more. I'm only not even halfway through my cup. Awesome. Yeah, we'll be working on her for a while. Definitely, what we're going to be just focusing on today is just getting like the line work and the initial like sketch out. I was thinking we could try. Ooh, I was gonna do something crazy, but I don't know. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Like a kind of silhouette technique. I don't think this is the good character to draw that on. So really quick, let me just shrink down this section of the hand really quick. It's kind of easy to go overboard on stuff, because like, especially hands for me, so I get so focused on like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 fingers there and out the door, you know, like so many like little things that I kind of overlook like the big overall hand shape. So maybe, you know, what helps a lot of people is when they draw like kind of the almost like block it out first, where it's like, oh cool, I got this and you got that, and then, sorry, like the square for the palm, you know, and then that's almost like divided into little like almost like a cigarette pack. And then you have this little like what you might call a triangle coming off the side, which would be your thumb. And then, you know, working at blocking out like that, it's really good. Eventually you'll just kind of like start like winging it, you know, and like ooh, hey. But you know, yeah, never mind. Whatever works for you. You can see, look at that old one. That's all right. Once we lock in the silhouette, no one's gonna know. No one will ever know. And if you guys tell anyone, they won't believe you. So cool. Let's get some clothes on this like poor lady. She's probably so cold. Ooh, one thing actually I need to be thinking about also is where there's gonna be other stitches on her, but yeah, we'll see. We can always add those in at a later time. Whatever looks good for the outfit, that kind of thing. Awesome. Let me try the music a little bit. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Matt? Thanks for coming out, man. Oh, and Jessica's here. Oh, hello, Jessica. Nice, sweet. Yeah, you can always watch the VOD. Awesome. So now that the chat's picking up, let me just say to anyone, hello, nice to meet you. Din Money's here. While we're, if you have any questions for me, just do the little @DinMoney thing. It'll help me a whole lot. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so definitely give me the @DinMoney if you have any questions, and that'll help me a lot easier for me to see it. And I would be totally grateful. Awesome. So right now I'm drawing a layer over my that initial line layer of the body. Yeah, I could draw this on one. Yeah, we could have even instead of drawing that extra line layer, we could have just kind of like carved out the lines from that rough line layer. That's another way to do it. It kind of drawing for drawing, whatever works the best. For ladies, females, like it depends on the character. Like for the female, I'll probably redraw the lines nice and clean, just because lady, it kind of helps with the whole like smooth skin kind of feel, and like the more like slender, like, you know, like they're a little more gentle with the curves, versus like a guy, you can be really sharp, and I can just carve out that line, and it works really well. So yeah, nice. Yeah, chill. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime. MFU. And if anyone's just tuning in, if you're into like character design stuff, we do a lot of that here, and I try to be very detailed with explanations. So if you could give me a little follow, a little green heart down there would be like hitting me in the heart with Cupid's arrow of love. Nice, awesome. So so definitely give me a follow if you're interested in that. Appreciate it. Cool. So for her, I'm thinking and there you go, Imfu. Appreciate it. Oh, you're hosting the stream. Sweet, awesome, radical, bro, hosting the stream. Ride the wave. All right, cool. So I want to have some like kind of open shirt thing. I'm not sure if I want to have maybe it's like an open like button shirt yet. Not sure on that. So, but I do want her to have like some serious cleavage. She kind of has to have like the most out of everyone or all the characters. So I'm gonna try to keep that in mind. She has to look very. Her character is gonna be kind of. I don't want to say like klutzy, but kind of klutzy, and then also like really lucky. I'm thinking. So it's like she'll. Knock stuff over, but then she barely catches. Like somehow it's like you're like so scared for this chick. Like it's like, oh my god, this is like a walking hurricane. Like, oh man, nice, chill. All right, cool. All right, we'll try to keep it children friendly then. Excellent, cool. So I'm also thinking for her like I want to get that kind of science lab coat kind of feel. So I'm thinking maybe some buttons down the middle, and then maybe almost like not like that kind of falling kimono look we might do. Cool. Sweet. So the way I'm kind of organizing these lines and the way to kind of start to, I know it's pretty light, so I'll try to zoom in for you guys. And as you can see right now, look how rough it is. Like I'm kind of just like. And like sometimes if you have a super like clear idea of what you want the character to look like, you can just go right into some like details and that kind of stuff. For me right now, I have some ideas and I have like some feelings that I want to get across, like with her like design, like some character trait feelings, but I'm not like super like, oh yeah, Kiddo PM, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But I'm not like super tight or like I don't have it super duper clear yet. So I'm gonna kind of as a professional, when you're working in the game studio, you can't just be like, they're like, all right, we need this character, this character, and this character, and you're like, all right, cool. They're gonna be like, why are you sitting there? Start drawing. And you'll be like, oh no, I have to like think for a little while and come up with ideas. They're gonna be like, oh cool, here's your last paycheck, get the hell out of here. You should already have ideas. Now maybe it's not gonna be that harsh, but you kind of can't be like like, oh okay, like I'll sit on that, let me get to you back about that. Are you free next week? No, it doesn't work like that. Like, cause if you're that slow, like you're not really gonna be helping the team. I don't even know what's going on right here. What is all that? So like so right now I'm gonna try to just like and what you have to do is like you have to just start drawing and kind of let the pen do the walking, and like there's certain techniques like what are we doing right now, which will kind of aid in that or like facilitate that happy accident kind of stuff. The way I like to paint, happy accidents. Yeah, really really good. And like it's very nice. Oh cool, anyone new coming in? Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Din Money here. We're painting a character for a dating game. She's gonna be like an alchemist character. We'll throw some quick panties on her. Let's give it a bow. Cool. Just so there's something there. Alright, nice. Alright, cool. I kind of forgot where I was going. But yeah, so general kind of flow. And I'm thinking about like kind of the shape of her. Like I definitely want to have some shoulders exposed, I'm thinking. And I don't mind it getting kind of like bulky around the center right here. And kind of like having like a lot of cloth coming off the sides. Because I almost want like a big like kind of like coat coming from her kind of thing. Nice. Excellent. And the way I'm starting to kind of initiate these lines and what I'm thinking about is anchor points. Yeah, right. Anchor points. Sounds cool, huh? Alright, so cool. Like what I'm thinking of is like where there's gonna be buttons, that kind of stuff. And like I'm kind of just reading the lines from there. You know, it's like, okay, I wanted her lab coat to be tied in the middle, so that means it's going to be kind of being pulled away from these points. You know, again, like another anchor point would be like her elbow right there. Like if you're working on cloth, it's kind of like just a general way to get the shapes kind of going. Dang, it's turned into just like a clutter down there. It's like not even, let's try this. Let's bring it up a little bit higher. Bring what up? What are you even saying, dude? Alright, you're right. I'm sorry. Let's bring up where the coat's like kind of falling from. Just to give it a bit more. We almost need something. I want to get something to kind of show off her waist. Like there's kind of certain points to show off, and like I think her waistline would be kind of nice to show off. Yeah, so we need to kind of work with that. Let's just go back to it right now. We can work on our top. The shoulders exposed. Maybe we can just have all this be just the one thing. Okay, that's starting to get kind of cool. Then maybe she just has like a bra on or something like that. I don't know if they had bras back in then. Like, I could see her probably being like, oh, like, I was so excited to get to work on this new, like, you know, chemical thing that I just threw on my lab coat and just came right from bed, you know, something like that. Like, maybe that's the kind of vibe I'm trying to get with this character. I need to think about the sleeve of this. Kind of maybe show off that a little more. I know he's just like a bunch of jumbled lines right now, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just laying down lines for now, and then we get to pick and choose kind of what lines we want to keep, what are working, what are not. And then as I'm doing this, kind of just like, alright, cool, I'll just figure out, like, kind of help the shape too. So I can kind of like emphasize certain lines that are kind of like, oh, okay, like kind of these outer ones emphasize the shape, like, okay, cool. You know, I'm not really concerned with this. Like, all right, maybe I'll work that, but I do like a little, you know, maybe I want to show off this a little more and how that's like kind of tight right there, something like that. I almost think like maybe like a belt would be kind of cool. We'll see. Yeah, see, possibilities are endless. All right, cool. So I think she is gonna have to have long sleeves. Ooh, and maybe they'd be like almost right here. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe they can like fold it up. Yeah, okay. What if we, you know, as much as I want to have her not showing her shoulders, I think, what if she is with the sleeves are rolled up maybe? Let's try that. You know what? Good point to just Control J, Mr. J, duplicate the thing. Hey, that's my underwear. Nice. Like a rain poncho, transparent. How about a transparent lab coat? That's kind of crazy. It's not a bad idea. I wonder what materials they'd have. I'm already pushing it, having her in like a lab coat. But yeah, chill. Yeah, so what if maybe it's rolled up to right here. Okay, so I want to, sorry, I'm trying to keep moving this down. So I think I want to show off where her elbow is. Like that's kind of like a key spot. Trying to think what like a yeah, how those lab coats kind of look. Maybe I should use some reference, but oh well. Also, it has like a big collar or something. I'll just throw that in there for now. Just playing with shapes basically at this point. Like again, we're doing this. A general idea of like she has to look kind of sciencey. She has to have like some kind of coat. Like some kind of lab coat thing. What if she doesn't wear it all the way up? Yeah, I was kind of playing with that earlier, but it was kind of running into it was kind of convoluted in the shape down here. But yeah. If yeah, we'll see. Which what part are you thinking? So I'm just gonna kind of clean up some of these chunks, you know. It's like, yeah, I don't have to have the folds precise, but I want to get an idea of like if there was an interesting shape there, how it would be. Because sometimes when things are so rough, it's kind of hard to get an idea of it. I almost want it's like coats going that way. Sorry, that was me thinking like the button up here, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be just open. Stethoscope. Yeah, that'd be chill. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That thing that's like that. Yeah, okay. Sorry, that was a terrible drawing of it. I think they wear it like kind of on the other side. But we could make like a primitive version of that, so that would be totally chill. Is that too modern? Yeah, I guess you wouldn't need a stethoscope, but yeah, who knows? Maybe she needs a living, like, beating heart for something. I don't mind the idea. Like, it would give something cool around her neck. So I think that's a pretty good idea, Sin. Like, that'd give it a cool, like, interesting shape right there. Maybe it'd have to be on the outside of the coat, but we'll see. We'll see. Those not in love with. That's alright. That's alright. Thinking for her pants. For the record, I don't think we can have her be just in her underwear. I don't know if anyone was getting their hopes up for that. I'm sorry, but yeah, maybe for the purpose of this stream we can, and then she'll just be wearing like this coat. But yeah, she might have to have a little something else on for the actual game. Okay, so now I want to start thinking of actual like coat pieces, I guess, something like that. To me, if this is like folding over, like I'm thinking about, okay, this flap right here is gonna fold around like that or something. Would that give it a cool shape? Maybe this other one's coming up like that. I guess it isn't like that cool that way. Trying to think of some way to get that point, but it's not really working. Okay, see, I almost maybe gloves. Should we give her gloves? I almost think like she just having it have to be almost kind of like high gloves, which I wouldn't mind, but that would almost maybe have to make it like her hands like kind of like black up to this point. And like let's say this was like a rough sketch for someone. Yeah, you guys are lucky. This stream only. Cool. So let's say this was like a super rough sketch. You know, you could even just kind of like block this in. Like if I was sending this out, and they had like she had like black gloves on or something like that, and you could even go in and just. I'd be like, yeah, so she wears black gloves, just to give like, you know, the client an idea of like certain like shapes of the outfit, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't do that sloppy, but as you can see, it kind of has a crazy look, and it definitely changes things. It's like, whoa, that definitely makes her a lot more serious now. Like you can kind of like, it's really popping some areas. You know, again, like I think she did have some black in her hair like that. So you kind of, you know, it's something good to think about if you are sending out just like rough sketches for your concepts. Having like really dark spots and really light can really like, you know, change the way a character is like being read. Like what do we have she's got like huge stockings. Like that, it's like whoa. I'll leave the bow white though. Let's do that. See already, she's changing a lot. Pretty cool. See, it changed in a good way. I like it. Me likey. Yeah, cool. See, hey, yo, oh, that sick looking girl. Hey, what up, Derp Ken? Thanks for coming out, man. Yord Boydle, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. Anyone new coming in? Hey, what's up? Din Money here. Just having another wonderful day of character design. Working on my own game, so super stoked about that. And we're here doing a little character design demo. So thank you for coming out. Oh man, I haven't had my coffee in so long. Let me just take a chug. Actually, I need to reset the mic anyways right now. So let's do that. Forgive me. Cool. Alright. Mic should be up just in time for this sick song. What up? Cool. Sweet. So, and again, since these lines are so rough, it is kind of like nice to be able to just scribble down some areas just to get a really good feel for like shapes and stuff like that. You know, again, just showing those black contrasts. Like, how much did that change things, right? Pretty crazy, huh? Cool. Like it. And I think we'd want to have like her black underwear, just to like emphasize some. Cool. Woo! Alright, it's getting a little hot in here. Is it just me, guys? Oh man. Alright, cool. So alright, do you like those shapes? I like those shapes, so let's try this now. Let's try this out. Try this on for size, bro. Alright, cool, let's fade that out again. No, I just started to like it. Alright, we'll fade it out to 30%. Alright, let me give you some coffee. Cool. Alright, so what do we do right there? We just fade that out. I just hit the V key, and then I'll just hit the, instead of going up here and like, you can actually slide up and down the opacity. It's very nice. I'll do it when I have to, but a lot of times I'll just use if I use the V key for the black arrow tool, and then I'll just hit the numbers on the keyboard. You know, it's like 4, 3, blah blah. Well, what if I need a small number like 32%? Well, then I say, you can do that too. You just hit 32 really fast. Booyah! Now, really cool, really awesome. See, Photoshop they already knew you were gonna complain about that. So, actually, it's really quick way to just kind of toggle your layer opacities. All right, excellent, cool. So now we got a new layer, brand new layer. Let's save this. I haven't saved this since the beginning of the stream. Awesome. Oh yeah, and just a little like message to just Sin right now. So if everyone could just not pay attention, I just have something to say to Sin right now. Alright, hey dude, what's up? I know it's just me in here. No, I'm just kidding. But what I was going to say is about the backgrounds. Another thing I should have covered in the beginning was that to lower the opacity of your background, like, don't draw on like straight up white, just because that's really going to like murder your eyes in the long run. It's like, like it almost looks gray to me right now, just because it's like, no way can it be that bright. The color I'm using right now is even a little lighter than I would normally go, but just to help for the stream. Awesome. Beer defiler. Well, why would I tell you? You're defiling beer. I love beer, man. We're gonna have to be enemies now. We are enemies now. You and I. Nah, JK. Sweet dude, I've been doing digital for 10 years now, I think. Almost 10 years now. Let's say 9. I say 9. I'm working like almost 10, maybe professionally. About 7. Maybe more. Yeah, no. I've been doing that professional about 7 years. Oh, bears. Oh, okay. See, I guess that was wishful thinking on my part. Anything for a couple beers. Alright, cool. So let's let me just do a little pop quiz for you guys right now. Oh my god, there's too many layers. I'm freaking out. I'm scared. but I want to erase something on this black layer. What do I do? What do I do? That's the quickest way. Alright, now this is where you don't have to type it. I just want you guys, it's the honor system if you know this. Quickest way to get to that layer, hold the V key, just click. Boom! Sorry. That wasn't true. Hit the V key, hold command, then click. And I'll automatically go to that layer. I don't even need to look at the layer panel over here. I don't even need to look. I've got so much confidence right now. Boom. Deleted. Awesome. So yeah, really quick, we touched on in the beginning. It's awesome. Oh, hey, Arios, what up? Thanks for coming out, dude. Sweet. So I touched upon in the beginning is using the black arrow tool. V is the hotkey for that. If I hold command or control, if you're using PC, if I just click on the layer, it's automatically going to take me to that top layer. Click on this. Oh, so cool. I have to click on 10 manually because there's nothing there, so I can't use it on there. But really awesome tool. Really awesome for layer navigation. Excellent. Alright, so let's start fine-tuning this. Let's fine-tune, tune. I don't know, maybe we could give her a big belt in the middle. Would that be cooler? Would anybody be objecting to that? I'm not as into this little tie-on thing right there. Me personally, I don't know. Like, I'd almost would want to see like zipper all the way down. Like maybe she got like a big zipper right here. Maybe that'd be cooler. Yeah, just the square down there. I just wasn't jamming with it, man. But you see, that's the point. All right, again, you know, let's step back into working at a game studio. You're the concept artist. Yo, we need you to make this crazy Frankenstein human elf chick alchemist. Go. Yeah, you do hear Guilty Gear. Excellent. Good idea, my friend. Yeah, awesome. Again, anyone new coming in, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Din Money here, your good friend and humble host. And if you give me a follow, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to work. Awesome. So, again, when you're at the game studio, you can't just be like, oh, let me think about that, and then I'll come back when I've got this super awesome idea. No, a lot of times, like, you just have to start drawing, and then the drawing will inspire you to come up with cool stuff. So it's like having, like, a little square there. It's like, okay, cool. We found some stuff that we did like, some contrasts in her, and then we found some stuff that we didn't like. So what do? Cry? No, what? No, we're not going to start crying. No, we're just going to take what we like, remove what we don't. Nah, zipper looks off. I like the buttons. Really? Okay. Maybe we'll see. We'll see, brah. That's chill. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We can always come back to it. So I want a big belt buckle like right here. I'm thinking, just to have something like really tying the middle of her coat. Nice. Don't worry, I'll put a little hole in the zipper. There you go. Is that better now? Cool. Nice. See, so right now I'm thinking like I know this isn't going to be showing up much for this pose since like she's got a she's kind of holding her hand over a lot of it. That's all right though. Even if for the full one, I think it'd be cool. Nice. Cool. So we got a long comment. I appreciate using the @DinMoney thing. So first off, let me start by reading the name. CDN Solution. Thanks for coming out, dude. Appreciate it. All right, now we got to see how bad I am at reading. All right. I'm sorry if I give you a voice that's not really your voice. So constant. Sorry. All right. For some reason, bro. All right. Hello, Din Money. First time tuning in. Very entertainingly interactive. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Awesome. Do you do sketches to get an idea for the pose and angle, or do you have a pose in mind and then jump right into the close and pose? That's a great question, dude. That's actually a great question. I did have another pose start off for this, so I would say like I do sketch a little bit, but I wouldn't say that I sketch to the point to where I'm like, alright, let me kind of just get some like, you know, female poses going. She's like, oh, like cool, like yeah, like woo. No, I don't think I want to like flying through the air, you know. So it's like I'll have a general. I don't want to say like I have a general idea. Like when I hear the character, like I'll kind of get some kind of idea, I guess, a little bit. You know, you'll get the trickle of a idea fountain, but I'll kind of start drawing it, and then if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, then I'll kind of just, again, take what I like from it, then maybe go into it from there, and then edit it from there. So like I had on this one, she was actually, I forget, yeah, it was kind of like, I think she was kind of going the other way at first, and I had her arms like almost flipped around, like I wanted this arm that's over here coming across, and then this other arm was going to be down like that, like holding some like books or something. But it was kind of like, all of it was just like, yeah, it's kind of blocking her. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. Even Jess, like before she left the studio today, she was just like, you know what, like, I don't know, why don't you have it the other way? I think that'd look better, and and it was true, yeah. So switched that around, all came together, super awesome. So excellent, awesome. Hey, Baker Tom, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for coming out, man. Freaking, sorry I went a little ballistic on you last time, changing hair colors. I don't know why that pissed me off so much, dude. I think it's just because I really loved that character, and you were like, she's like, don't you dare talk about my waifu! Yeah, so, forgive me on that. But, yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming, dude. Thanks for coming out, man. Awesome. So, it's a little bit of, to answer your, in summary, CDN, thanks for coming out. If you give me a follow, I'd appreciate it, but rough sketch first. Try to get, like, a pose in your mind. Good thing to do is, actually, I know I said I don't draw it all little, like, draw a bunch of little ones. Sometimes I will draw it, small first. Or, like, if you want, just, like, zoom out and then draw it from there. Like, sometimes, like, zooming out will, like, let's say you sketch it small and make it bigger, and then, like, zoom out a bit, you can kind of, like, compare stuff a little easier. It's pretty cool. Awesome. Oh, so stoked. I think lab coats actually have that, like, double thing, right? Awesome. Infinite Tickle! That tickles me that you would give me a follow. Thank you. Thank you so much. See, I don't think, yeah, whatever. We'll just leave it like that. It's still super early on, so we can change it. Bend it to our will. So I kept the shoulder pretty smooth there. I know you can see, like, there's some kind of point line coming off there. That was just kind of from the rough, like, no biggie. Like, oh, cool. Sleep. Sorry I messed with your wife. Hey, no problem, Baker Tom. No problem, dude. I'm the one apologizing today. CDN Solution, thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate it. Greatly. Awesome. And again, anyone just tuning in, if you could do the little @DinMoney thing, if you have a question, I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming, too. So you DinMoney, your host, your humble host and humble narrator. Something. I don't know. Trying to read all this and do my little spiel. Alright, have you checked out medieval scholars' outfits for inspiration? No, I haven't actually. I didn't check out anything. I probably should have. That'd be good. We kind of have a little, like, rule here at the studio. I don't want to say we have a rule, but it's just kind of like if anybody follows LP Chan on here, like, she'll kind of bring it up on her stuff, because lately she's been drawing, like, Monster Hunter fan art for fun. And it's kind of like, draw from your imagination first. Like, I'm gonna draw, like, what I think it should be first, and then I'm gonna go and I'll look up reference for, like, some medieval stuff, and then I'll come back and be like, oh, let me add this to that, or, like, change this around a bit. Just because, like, if you go right to the reference straight away, it can almost kind of like it can almost like lock your brain into a train of thought kind of thing. At least in my experience, it can kind of just like, for me, it's like, I don't want to draw like that. Like, I can draw my own thing and then add a little bit of that to it. But for me, it helps a little bit to just kind of draw my own thing first, look at that, and then kind of like, oh, cool, take what I got from that. Because, like, I guess, and again, this is, LP Chan says it a little better than me. This is the one thing that she explains better than me. Okay, so don't let me think, don't you guys think I'm, like, flattering her or something. But, like, when you draw from your imagination first, you can kind of get the essence, or, like, your kind of impression of it, and the little vibe, and sometimes that can be, like, really, really cool, for lack of a better word. But it can kind of, just maybe something that you wouldn't have, like, maybe it's not actually correct, like, historically correct, but it gets, like, that feeling of, like, whoa, or I don't know, maybe not like that feeling, but, like, something really cool. Like, it's kind of neat. Yeah. But it's never a bad idea to have like kind of some reference or like inspiration material on the side. Definitely. Thanks. Sometimes actually, when you're working on projects, they'll actually provide kind of that stuff. They'll be like, all right, cool. Welcome to this project. Here's some kind of like inspiration like folder to get you in like the world of that particular project. So that's kind of not unheard of at all. Awesome. Thin Money, thanks. That's exactly what I want to know. I love the Kermit voice. Jail, dude. Thanks. Cheers, CDN. Appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, train your imagination. Yeah, there you go. Imagination training. Yeah, and it's also like kind of I try to like always be I don't want to say like always be referencing, but like anytime I see something cool, like I try to think about like why that's cool, like what do I like about that? Oh man, sick. So that I might not be drawing anything like that at the time, but I try to like save it in the DIN files for when that opportunity does come up. I can be like, I have an excuse to draw that one thing I've been wanting to draw. So it's really really cool. Yeah, so reference, and part of the reason for reference for me, this is my little thing, and I always, this is kind of why I saved it for last, because I don't really like saying it too much, but it's like, it just takes so long to look for it, like, it's like, I'll spend so much time looking for that reference piece that is like, has what I'm trying to get, and it's just like, it's like I could have drawn it by now already, so it's like kind of, yeah. And then, sorry, so while we're on this reference topic, I'm sorry, man, I'm not saying, like, and again, reference is chill, like, it's nothing wrong with that. But I remember what this one artist said, if anybody's familiar with JP Targetti, he does a lot of really cool, like, I'll zoom out so you guys can see the whole thing. He does a lot of really cool, like, fantasy illustrations, like dark fantasy, like, just crazy, like, war scene illustrations, like, this dude's, like, riding in on these, like, demon warthogs and, like, just, like, mashing, soldiers with their spears and, like, clubs. Whatever, it's just epic stuff. And I remember he was talking about, like, he's like, yeah, like, reference, he's like, when you're drawing from reference, like, you're always going to be drawing something that someone's seen before and something that already exists. It's like, you're never going to have anything, like, it's like kind of a, yeah, for me that really stuck with me. Like, you're drawing something that people have already seen before, and like for me that was kind of like, what? Like, no, like it needs to be like cool, fresh, and new, So that was like that little line they said hit me pretty hard as a a younger artist. And I try to keep that in mind, what I'm saying. Sometimes when I look at these like really nice like referenced like paintings. Like the face is like, oh, it's so cool, like I wanna do a study, I wanna try and reference like that. But I don't know, man. It's like there's always so much from other stuff I have to paint, so it's kind of like it's a give and take. And another thing why I've kind of like I don't want to say it's like it's too late for me now, like save yourselves, but like why I've kind of like almost like kind of stuck with my style is. Like this one artist, if anybody knows of Puddinhead, he's like a super sick like sketch artist. Like whoa, man, like whoa. No, right? Sorry. But yeah, he's super sick. And I remember he was saying like, yeah, if you have your own unique style, you can kind of you're a lot more valuable as an artist because you can bring a lot more towards the project. Yeah, having the ability to like I guess to use my studio. If anybody, I need to spiel that. I work at AGL Studios with LP Chan and Jessica, one of the mods here. Super awesome artists. I'm super stoked to be here. I'm working with them. We do a lot of really cool stuff. But on the topic of style, it's like, yeah, we have our like kind of like studio house style, where some projects will be hired. Like, yeah, we want you to design our characters and do this. We want your guys' style. Other projects we'll get, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, you're gonna be on a part of this like project. Example is like Dragon Ball Z. When I was doing work for like the Dragon Ball Z Heroes cards, it's like I had to kind of merge with this like already like pre-approved style from Bandai and Toei Animation. You know, so it's like I kind of had to stick with what other. And I'm not saying I was doing it like the like Toei Animation style, like the actual cartoon. We had to like take the actual like cartoon, like or the actual frames from the anime, and we paint over scenes for like the card game, but paint them like all super sick. Not that they already weren't super sick. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say like like it was super freaking awesome. But that's an example of where you're not working in your style. You're working with another studio style, which is an ability and really good on its own. But having your own style, opens up that much more opportunities for you as well. Yeah, cool. Nice. Oh, sorry. Thinking about Dragon Ball. Oh, so cool. It was so cool working on that. I don't know when I got that. Sorry, do you guys mind hearing it? Do you guys mind if I get a little nostalgia for a moment? Just like, me and Goku, like those were the days. Nah, I didn't get to draw any Goku cards, unfortunately, but I did get to paint some Vegetas and some Beerus cards. So sick, so cool. I remember it was just like, gotta watch some Dragon Ball Z for work. Work's tough. Oh man, yeah, so that was super cool. Super cool. Yeah. Yeah, and if anyone is interested, actually, we just wrapped up some awesome projects at the studio, so we are open for work again for any kind of project work. If anyone's interested, you can check us out at aglstudioart.com. I work again with two lovely artists. You may have seen them on Twitch now and again. One of them's in the chat room right now, just did a cute little wave. Yeah, but awesome, cool. Awesome. Cool. Nice. I almost see what Hawk is talking about with the zipper. It is at a little kind of a weird spot. I'm not going to delete it yet, but I think I see what, it's starting to lose my favor as well. We'll see. That's alright. We can go. Alright, so what I'm doing right now, let me just kind of like dive into a small little part of this painting right here, or this drawing. Hey, cool, Scotty JTY, 18 money chat. Hey, thanks for coming to the stream, bro. Sick. Sweet, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Awesome. What I want to talk about really quick is like, so I have this, what is it called, the cloth. I want to attack this little zone where the belt is going to be coming across that little point where the belt and the cloth go around the body and they're forced to kind of like interact a bit. Those parts are like, they're very small parts, but they can tell a lot about like the character and like just, they can, like even in environments too, like little points, like the point where the ground meets the bush, like that kind of stuff, where like the ground meets the rock, can tell a lot about and give like so much dimension and all this, like, it's a very small but very important part. And sometimes, like, in drawings, there's, it's not what you paint, it's what you chose to paint and what you chose to not paint kind of thing. And that's when it's like a really, really cool, really good mix. Like I remember, if anyone is uses that Line app, we have an artist chat room on there. It's really, really cool. Just had it for a while, for like over a year now. It's kind of picking up. It's really cool. There's a lot of neat artists in there and stuff. It's a nice place to kind of just, share your work, just, have fun. And there's a lot of cool anime stickers and that kind of stuff. It's like a chat program. I'll have Jessica post a link to it, or you can find it. And LS Drake brought up a point on like that Feng Zhu, how he said like you kind of like start from the focal points and detail from there, and then like detail outwards from there. And that's like a very, very good point. Feng Zhu, it's like he's a master of knowing what to paint and what not to paint, and that's a great way to put it. So sometimes those little areas can be the the most richest and the most information. So finally, let's get into what I'm doing right here. Whew, sorry, long-winded story to just talk about one little point meaning the other. Very cool. But I just really close. I just want to show you guys how the belt is coming in front of just that one little cloth, like just that overlapping right there, versus like if it was down there. If they just met at a corner versus it comes around, it can really like tell a lot about, like it gives a lot of information. It's like, oh whoa, it's actually going up and around there. Yeah, even as a subtle little curve on here will actually go a long way. I know it doesn't look like much now, it's just like, it's just a belt, Din! Well, once we have that in perspective, along with all the stuff, if all the ellipses are lining correctly, ooh, that's when the drawing starts really looking, you know, really, really good, sexy. That's what we're going for right here. Awesome. And it's kind of, if you are looking to get into the like digital art or like, you know, game art, that kind of stuff, it's very important to like know about these little things and about anime stickers. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I've been on Star Wars. Yeah, there's these sick new Star Wars stickers on there. Oh, I can't get enough of those. Oh man, it's so cool. Guess maybe that's a little too much, but whatever. I kind of like having like big like chunks coming off. We'll see if it works though. I don't know. Big chunks, that kind of stuff. If we play it right, maybe we can pull it off. It'll look good if it's kind of like almost like the kimono look, where it's like, oh, I am so covered up that I'm beautiful underneath. You know, like. But it's a little harder to pull off with girls. You know, it's better for like guys when it's just like, boom, like I'm so big and buff. Even my cloth is heavy. You know, like even the clothes that I wear are these heavy, thick folds. You know, so again, it's a little riskier to do it on her. So we'll see if we can pull it off. But if you are working on like a guy character, and you know, it has to be like a badass. Like that's one thing that you can think about. Like even like have like thicker, more bolder folds in the cloth will help reinforce like how like badass and like tough that character is. Give him more power. Awesome. Nice. Hey Dim. Dim. That's cute. I'm gonna pretend that was autocorrect. That's chill. Alright, so let me do it again. So hey Pokeblazer, what's up? Thanks for coming out, dude. Alright, so again, excuse this oh hey, what up, Failstar Forever? What's up, Justin? Thanks for coming out, man. Rock and roll. See, I almost didn't catch you there. But alright. Pokeblazer, I'm gonna read your comment, but if I read in a weird voice, just don't be offended. It's a natural occurrence. Alright, so Pokeblazer. Hey Dim, I'm back! And I was just wondering, are any tips for someone like myself who doesn't have a drawing pad to draw with, but rather using a mouse? Actually, that's a good question, man. That's a very good question, and I just might have an answer for you. Actually, I used to have to. I feel your predicament because I was once there myself. Yes, even me, the great Din Money, once had to draw with a mouse. Nah, sorry, it's just so fun to talk like that way and say the great Din Money in my dreams. Alright, cool. But yeah, Failstar Forever, if anyone doesn't know, he's a super sick artist, definitely check him out. Awesome. Cool, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, drawing with a mouse, that's a great question, dude. For what I would say for that, I don't want to say what you're gonna need to do, but I'm gonna say what you're gonna need to do, just because if you can do it another way, like more power to you, bro. But like, I'll just say like what I needed to do, which is draw a pen and paper first, sketch out first, and then ink, and then just scan that in, and then just color with the mouse. Just because the way you're gonna need to be coloring is like let me show you right here. Alright, so this is gonna get a little nuts. I'm gonna try and use the mouse right now, and again, my mouse is on my left-handed side, so this is gonna get really intense. So you're gonna have to really like just be very gentle. I don't know why I'm doing like the breast is like the part that has to be the most difficult. Alright, so that was a left-handed, you know, breast curvature. Alright, so now what we're gonna need to do, hit B for brush. Let me bring this down for you to see with your elven eyes. Alright, so now I'm gonna use a brush like this, which is like a big flat bold one. And you're gonna need to be like very, very careful with this, okay? So sorry, I'll try to do this quick in case anyone this is kind of boring to you. Alright, cool. So quickly resize it. Let's get it big. And the way you're going to need to use it is kind of use it as like very concerned about the curvature of the gradient, like the gradient degree, like the radius versus the curvature of whatever you're painting. So you're going to need to just kind of and just be very, very gentle with stuff. See, like even that one almost too much. So kind of just glaze around. And what it's going to be like, since I have the transfer down at like, see, it's like pen pressure, you can't be using that with the mouse. Whatever, it'll still kind of like it'll slowly kind of like, think of it like a stain. Like you're slowly staining this stuff, but you're going to have to just be very soft with it. So I probably made that look easier than it was, but I've had a lot more experience with that, so don't feel like you have to nail it like that first time. So what you're going to need to do is combining the lasso and selections with using the mouse. That's the way you're going to need to color with that. Don't sorry, I was gonna get into like using the magic wand to kind of select things and stuff, but I don't know if I want to like teach you to do that, because that can be a bad idea. But I hope that helped a little bit. I hope that helped. That's basically probably the best bet for you, working like that. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, and again, anyone has questions, just keep them to yourself. I don't have any time for that anymore. God, we used up all the question time. JK, you guys know I'm not going to do that. But yeah, excellent question. If anybody else has any question, if you could do a little @DinMoney thing, like my mod Jessica said, that helped me kind of notice it a lot better. Because questions are welcome. Excellent. Alright, cool. Where were we? Alright, so the zipper. Alright, I'm just going to Command J that. So again, we covered this in the beginning, kind of having duplicates of layers, almost as like history states kind of thing. Technically I have a tablet to use, but it's not hooked up to my computer, so I haven't gotten the money for one with a screen, so oh, what the hell then, man? Just use that one. Pokeblazer, dude. That's no excuse. What the hell? Yeah, totally use that one. You don't need one with a screen. Yeah, you don't need one with a screen. If you think you need a tablet with a screen, you're trying to like, you're thinking that like tools are gonna make you a better artist, and that's never gonna happen. So don't feel bad that it's like you did something wrong, because that's like a comment, like I think almost every artist has probably been there, and like with that kind of mentality. So don't freak out or anything, but learn to use that tablet first. Like think of it like kind of you gotta learn to crawl before you walk. Something like that. Maybe not like super country lame song, but maybe think of it. Let's think of it like karate. It's like the Cintiqs are kind of like the black belts, bro. It's like you really want to come up against one of us black belts? No, yeah, you can't just like go into the ring with the black belt. You gotta like get your white belt first, which is learning pencil. You gotta get your yellow belt, learning the inks. You gotta get your orange belt, starting to actually use markers. Then go from there. And I'm not saying like it's like, what? How dare you say coloring is superior to inks? Alright, it's not. No, I didn't mean like that. But basically, you gotta do the country song thing and learn to crawl before you can walk. Alright, that's just the way it works. But yeah, chill. And like, dude, like, whatchamacallit? I think Genzoman, he's still using like a bamboo small, that crazy bastard. It's like, bro, like, I'll buy you a new tablet. No, I don't want to say that just in case he's listening. I wish I could buy you a new tablet, bro, if you're out there, Genzo. Like, yeah, but I hope he got a new tablet by now. But I remember for a while he was just working with that one. It's just like, bro, like, it's safe for you to get a new tablet. Yeah. Oh, man. Isn't that a screen? I've been finding it for so far. Hey, sweet. I haven't heard of that brand, but that's chill, dude. Those little tablets can go a long way. Like, you don't underestimate them. That's like a lot of what you need, like right there. It's got everything you need, and then maybe not everything you need. Sorry, you thought I was gonna be like nothing that you don't, but you're not gonna get like the angle sensitivity and that kind of stuff. But whatever. If I had to recommend a non-Cintiq tablet, I'd say like those new ones that came out are pretty cool, like the Inuus Draw or like the Inuus what is it, the Inuus Paint, I think they're tuning. They're just like boosh, like one. But any like maybe go on eBay. That's a really good place, and just get like an Inuus 3. You can probably get one like the 6x8 one. The medium size is like super good to start with. I mean, I started with the small one, and then I like burned my way through 2 medium ones, and then like yeah. Man, I was at this one Twitch stream this one time, like. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I've had a lot of, like, Adobe tablets. Like, yeah, let's talk about tablets. And it was kind of like, I remember the host was like, well, like, why do you have so many tablets? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know, like, I draw all day, every day. I've been doing this for, like, 10 years. Like, of course I'm going to burn through some tablets. And then everyone's like, yeah, you probably overheated them. Yeah. Yeah, you amateur. And it's like, what? Like, no? Like, what? Yeah, no, I didn't overheat them. I drew them to death because I'm badass and I worked my butt off to get to a professional level of drawing. So don't try to take that away from me. Yeah, cool. So it's besides the point. Let's get back to the happy drawing. So right now I'm kind of just happily drawing in certain areas and fine tuning a bit. Let's fine tune these little panties again. I know I said these weren't going to be here, but it's a fun stream, right? Whatever. We can just have these. That's fine. All I gotta think about think about the butt cheeks right now, and like so I'm kind of just gonna trace with my hand just very quickly. If you're ever in doubt, like just draw with invisible lines, which is basically just like not putting the pencil down. I'm trying to think of like a driver. I'm thinking of like golf. You know, it's like like kind of like that, you know. That'll help kind of warm up your wrist, get it like kind of ready to make the actual line. That's an old like kind of like inking kind of technique. Sweet, cool. What kind of games are these pictures for, Din Money? This game is for, or this is for like kind of a let me show you. Why tell you when I can show you an advertisement picture for it, not the actual game. But yeah, so this game right here is going to be coming out with the next little like test demo or play demo for the Autry character, and it's like a kind of like a dating game kind of thing, a dating puzzle game. So yeah, a lot of fun. Dating puzzle RPG game, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So you're basically like training, you know, this chick. I can't really get into that. She's not gonna be a dateable character in the first game. But you will be able to talk to her, and like she will be there. And yeah, so you're kind of going through and you're training in either like magic, archery, or like swordsmanship. And then depending on how you do that, you get to spend time with those girls, and you know, maybe something bad will happen and your training will be needed. And that's all I'm gonna say for now. Let's say your training will not be in vain. Awesome. So yeah, these are actually specifically for like a visual novel type, so they're sprites. So it's like a they'll be like talking to you, the little dialogue box kind of thing. Yeah. So these textures are just still pictures. These wouldn't be textures. No way would these be textures. These are just still pictures. Yeah. If you're thinking for like skins for 3D models, that would be a lot different. This would be more like concept art for a 3D model, I'd say. Electro Kittens, thanks for the follow. Anyone new out there just tuning in? First off, thanks for coming. If you're watching this on like Facebook or something, thank you for hitting the little play button. I appreciate that. But you're invited and more than welcome to come into the chat and actually say hello, meet some other artists and stuff. We got some super sick artists out there like Sin, LS Drake, Veilstar Forever is out there. Like, it's super cool. We got my studio mate Jessica. You know, it's a party in there. Awesome. But yeah, this would be more for like a concept art for a 3D model character. But we'd probably I'd need to do a full body one for that. Other than that, maybe we could use this for a card art. I could see that, but specifically these are sprites for a game. So yeah, like a thing. Yeah. Hey buddy, do you have a rough idea when you think you'll be done with this project? Well, my the whole project, not yet, but my little like kind of first like goal for it. Josh Redmond, hey, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, bro. Awesome. And so for this game, like what I want to do is I'm kind of just having my Patreon supporters. You kind of get all the behind the scenes, and you kind of get to play my little like all the work in progress builds for the game and that stuff. But once I get the like the intro and like kind of three or like enough done, I want to have like an actual like playable demo to either do a Kickstarter with, or like just put on Steam and just, or I mean like a little Steam demo, or like pitch to maybe some other companies to pick up. Yeah, we'll see. Old Waffle Blue, thank you for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Old Waffle Blue. Anyone else tuning in, thanks. It's me, Din Money, your humble host and good friend. Awesome. Yeah, this is I need to get, basically, once I get enough of it done for the demo, like all three kind of character training squared away, the game functioning, a little intro, and then like so you'll kind of like, the demo will be almost like you get to play through like the first like 2 days or the first day kind of thing. So that'll give like an idea of like kind of the play style, and then sorry, I'm trying to think. I want something else down here. Maybe we can have like the button thing be down here. Sorry, just, when you get an idea, you gotta just do it really quick. Sorry about that. I know we were talking about Folly Apprentice, but awesome. Cool. Yeah. So I'm super excited about this game. It's gonna be like super sick. Oh man, I'm really excited about it. Like, it's going really well so far. It's really nice. Like I kind of we've been working in games at our studio. Like, our studio is only like a year and a half old, but like me and the other artists I work with, we've been working on games on our own for like several years now. So like yeah, oh man, it's like I'm working on it so long. It's like I kind of know like enough about it. It's like I want to try making one of my own. And I made some, like I did a little demo of a little visual novel demo of my comic Samurai Genji, if anyone knows me from that. Thanks for following me on there, or thanks for making your way here if you know me from that. It'd be really cool. But yeah, so I made that, and then we also have some other titles we're working on right now in the back. So when basically like I'm thinking April, to answer your question, LS Drake. I can't give simple answers until like 5 minutes later. So I think around mid-April or end of April should be when you can expect to see the completed release demo of Folly Apprentice, as well as actually a couple other titles. This is the only one we're showing because it's kind of like I'm kind of taking the lead on this one, so it's really cool, and it's yeah. Whatever, yeah, it's really cool. But we are working on some other titles of our own here at AGL. I guess I could say a little bit about that. We're also working on like a cooking game, and then we're also working on a scary game. Jeez, I can't make this line. Cool. So please expect some excellent stuff from us in the future. We are very excited. Again, we are still open to other people's games, project work wise. Like we are. This is kind of our personal projects. But we pay the bills with other people's games. So if you guys are interested, if anyone out there needs a studio to do art for their game, let us know. We are super awesome and love creating awesome games. Or helping create awesome games. Hopefully soon we'll love creating awesome games of our own. Yeah, and if anybody's curious, I do have a link to my Samurai Genji game, the little visual novel, on my DeviantArt. So I'm just going to put little bows on this one just to kind of like match it. I almost need to add a little bow at the top somewhere or something. I don't know if these little bows are going to be in the final product. This is kind of just for fun right now since we're streaming. But I will say, if this was for real, we might need to add some of the top, because once you kind of like, and again, to go into the whole like, boom, we're at the game studio. Alright, we need you to do this character, this character, this character. We need these concepts. You can't be like, oh, well, I'll get them to you next week. Koji Quats, thanks for the following. You can't be like, oh, we need you next, or I'll give it to you next week. And it's like, no, you have to start working on them right then and there. And you'll kind of like, the whole thing of, allowing like kind of the drawing inspiring you as you're going on, like, 'cause you can't be a professional artist and have art blocks, basically. So it's like, the key is you just gotta start drawing, and the picture will inspire you. And it's like, oh, cool. You know, we kind of got these like bows down here. And it's like, you know what? That's a little theme we can use up there. You know, so you can kind of, if you come with one interesting spot on the character. Yeah, there's a Samurai Genji game. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's on the it's on my DeviantArt, like front and center. Yeah, check it out. It's fun. Yeah, it's cool. It's technically it's a demo though. It's not the full game, but it does like cover a lot. It's pretty sick. Definitely check it out. It just came. I just released it, so you can actually download it for PC and Mac. Because you can play it on your internet browser, but there's a lot of load screens because it's like pretty gnarly. But yeah, it's definitely cool. Definitely really cool. So awesome. All right, cool. So again, back to like theming and, you know, main character design stuff. So it's like, cool. If you kind of establish an interesting spot on the character, it's like, oh, cool. You can use that to kind of inspire other sections. So it's like, and it's, I don't want to say you can use it. It's like you almost need to use it because if like we have these little bows right here, and then little like kind of these are almost like latches right here. I'll try to fade some of this other out so you can kind of see that a little better. Let's fade that out. Let's just get rid of that now. We don't need you anymore. I should put that on to 1. Alright, cool. So I was thinking for these, and I'll just draw it in white right now so you can see it, but almost like latches, kind of like that, you know, it's kind of like a go-to kind of buckle. So I'm not going to ever say it's like super interesting, but it is a lot more interesting than just a line that does nothing, you know, having this piece of the bra connect over there, you know, it's that little stuff. Again, you know, little stuff can go a long way. Little details like that can be nice, but now that we've established these cool bow things, it's kind of like, well, if she has bows down there and there's none of that theming on the upper half of her, it's kind of like, you know, it's gonna lead to a little bit of a disconnect in your character. You know, I'm trying to think of a character that you would want that with. Certain things you can kind of get away with as far as having like not fitting the general theme of your character is like maybe like a weapon. You know, like a character with a unique weapon. It's a lot more acceptable than like a character with, you know, just a unique bra, like kind of something like that. That's not a good example either, but like kind of you know, just like a bunch of random stuff on her. It's like it's not gonna like unify. Like use like little aspects like these bows to kind of unify your character. So instantly I'm kind of thinking, okay, maybe we can have this line come around a little further, like it's being tugged a little more from the center instead of like down there. And maybe we can just have the bow kind of right here, just peeking out right there. So we're only drawing really one side of it, but if anyone looks, they'll be like, oh, like, you know, they'll see that and it'll be a nice little reward, like, oh, cool, like, oh, I want a little bow underwear, you know, or something like that. Like, it could really, like, kind of lead to it. Well, Dean, why were you talking about the buckles then if you weren't even going to change them? Well, I just wanted to keep you guys on your toes. That's why. Just a little bait and switch for you. No, just kidding. I don't know, just because little bows up there, we could try it. We could try it. But I just feel like it would, like a tie in the middle might work a little better. Yeah, see, that's just too many bows. Again, I drew it in my mind first, and I didn't like it, so... Nah. It's all good. It's all good. Cool. I almost think we need a little, separation on, like, the gloves. Would that be weird? I don't know. Because I did like how I do like the black on it. Okay, cool. Alright, so now I'm looking at it and I'm kind of just like, I think, you know, we're getting somewhere with this. This is awesome. Alright, 5:40. Okay. Hours later. Okay, so if this was like a real concept, and if this was like, if this is a real concept, it's so real, you guys, no joke. But like, let's say if this was for like, you know, another project, or if like, let's say if I wasn't Twitch streaming it, and I was really drawing at this pace the whole time, I'd probably be like, holy crap! You know, it's already been an hour and 45 minutes. This is as far as I've gotten. I'd probably limit myself to, you know, 3 hours maximum on the line art if I was like, you know, trying to be conscious of my time. Like, it's a good kind of marker. Like, I know a lot of people ask me like, how long does it take me to do stuff? I'd say 2 to 3 hours for the line art, 4 if it's like a super complex character, and then I'd say 5 hours for the painting, coloring. Again, if it's a super complex character, more than that, but roughly 8 to 12 hours total, I'd say. Oh my gosh, Dan, how do you get so fast at drawing? Well, I don't know. I just drink lots and lots of coffee. Isn't that how everybody does it? Awesome. Right. Sweet. Alright, cool. So, right now, okay, let's pretend I'm like, oh god, I need to finish this right away. So I would be kind of thinking alright, ways to clean up, what do I need to add, really start kind of settling. I don't want to say settling, but kind of going with ideas that we have right now. I can't decide if I like Anchor or this chick now, or the Archer or this chick now. Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll never know. Yeah, we'll see. It's just because she doesn't have any pants on, bro. Any guy would say the same thing. But the Archer chick doesn't either. Alright, I know what you mean, dude. I know what you mean. You must be partial to elves. So another thing, if when I was talking about the whole unification of themes on the character, I don't know if anybody noticed, but she's only got these scars on the top. We haven't really added any those scars on the bottom of her. Scars little sewn together pieces. That that's definitely going to need to be addressed at one point. So if someone noticed that, good for you, good eye. If you were thinking hey, Red Poe, thanks for the follow, really appreciate it. I'm going to imagine that's a culmination of Red 5 standing by, and then, hey, my name's Poe Dameron. So, awesome. Happy Star Wars to you. Oh, cool. Oh my god, I just clicked on this and it's literally so good. Oh, sweet. Hey, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. Hello, nice to meet you. It is me, the Den of Monies, your good friend and humble host. Well, perhaps soon to be good friend. Awesome. Yeah, and again, we're working at kind of a tutorial pace here, so, when I'm, working in the studio by myself, I'm definitely faster. Just to give you guys an idea on time, because if you are trying to work professionally, you have to be thinking about the clock. You have to be thinking about how long something takes you. That's a great way to price yourself. Alright, it would be neat if one of her legs was sewn on and tied on with a bow. That'd be hilarious, dude. I'll try to squeeze that in. That's a fun idea. Yeah, Vilmar, thank you for the follow. Really, really appreciate that. That's so great. You clicking that heart, just clicking this heart. I don't know if you can see me where it's cropped, but it is. Cool. Oh, sweet. 43. Alright, we got a little time left. So let's talk about let's Command J, Mr. J that. Command J, Mr. J, what does that mean? Well, it means, duplicate layer, Command J. Awesome. And then I'm just going to make the other one invisible. So what I want to think about now is alright, we have a good shape that we like. Maybe we could cut a little hole in the back of her lab coat or something like that. Nah, that's kind of weird. We'll deal with that later. I say we'll deal with that later. No, I'm dealing with it right now. Alright, no. Seriously, in all seriousness, what I want to get back into right now is thinking of ways we can beef up here. Because right now it's alright, we like the outfit. Now it's time to accessorize. So let's accessorize it up. I'm thinking of some kind of armband right here. Because we just have a nice space right here. And a good way to think about where to add details and where not to. Again, we have her hand open there. I'm going to have, her holding some stuff. We'll see, a flask or something like that, because she is supposed to be this weird, experimental chick. But you see on this side, it's kind of plain, there's this wide empty space right here. Yeah, I guess it's if sometimes you'll be have a picture and they're alright, we need this, an illustration for the title scene. We're gonna need leave some room or box art, let's say, for the game, anything something like that, and some illustration work. A lot of times it'll be you're gonna have to leave room for the text, the actual title of the game, that kind of stuff. So it's a good thing to keep in mind, or if you have to keep that in mind, yeah, do it. Sorry, if you have to do that kind of stuff, leave open spaces, yeah, do it. But in this case, we don't really have to, so it'd be kind of cool to get something in there. I almost want maybe I could play with the idea of how I don't want to say nerds with their pocket protectors, Yeah, but maybe something to where it's like she does have some pens on the side here, or something like that, or some like weird tools. Maybe we'll turn this into a scalpel or something like that. I don't know, but it could kind of just so something's kind of like sticking out over here. Like maybe it can be like a scissor, and it's just like kind of like open. Yeah, it's like kind of bent, but that's alright. We'll maybe go like that. Just something to kind of break it out a little bit over there. Alright, it's a little small. Not super in love with it. That's alright. Let's see. Maybe we'll just have to have another little kind of like long thing. But you see, even just that, it kind of anytime you can have little like gaps, and like especially little like actual like holes are a little like more like different. But like gaps in between stuff, like adding these little spaces in between there, is actually just going to give her a much like more interesting silhouette than if it was like normally. Cool. But what I was going to say about like holes is like digging up them holes. It's one of my favorite movies. No, it wasn't a bad movie though. It was cute. It's a cute movie. All right, but what I was gonna say is like holes you gotta watch out for, because they'll actually like, especially like circular ones, they'll actually like almost like, you gotta think like bullseye. Like I don't know if it's what's up with human beings or what, but it's like kind of like she's like, we'll just like target that. Like you'll notice it will really draw the eye to that. So like beware if you are drawing like let's go back to this little flask thing here. The little I forget what this was called again. Sin brought it up, but like that little like listening device, having that on her right there is gonna really help like draw attention to that right there. Like I'll bet like once I drew that, it was even like, whoa, I see it. I see what you mean, Zen. I'm looking at it. Yeah, well maybe you're not like all weird like that, but it probably did draw your eye a little bit. You know, because it's just like Target. I see it. This drawing tip was provided by or sponsored by Target, where you can find all your shopping needs. Sorry, how's that shape go? It goes out, and then they got to go in your ears. Awesome. And again, I know she's an alchemist. That's alright. The stethoscope, was that it? Yeah, cool. Arm flask. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, a little flask on her arm. Yeah, like for a little potion or something. I like that. Okay. Yeah, let's switch it up. Alright, cool. So that's a good example right here. Alright, so we drew this. We drew some little like I don't know. We'll just say little like chopstick X-Acto knife on the side of her. Yeah, that's cool. And he never gets his ads right. I know. All right, so we have this like thing we drew right here. We drew that. We went somewhere else. Oh, cool. You know, maybe one of our studio mates saw it, or maybe someone on Twitch saw it, and they offered another cool idea. And it's like, you know what? Let's go with that idea. Like I like that better. We're not gonna just be like erase. No, that's a good like time to be like, you know what? Command J, Mr. J. Thanks for the idea. And let's go ahead and just like cut that out. You might be asking like, you don't want to be thinking like, oh, Danny didn't trust my idea. He didn't really like it because he didn't erase that other layer. Oh my God! Like I would have erased the other one if it was his idea. All right, no. You want to keep it, even though we didn't like that as much. You never know what's going to happen in the future. What if it's like, all right, a flask would look cooler down there. We don't want to have like flasks all over, so it's nice to have like a backup. So it's like, okay, so we've got that. If we ever want to go back to it, it's there. We don't have to worry. But let's try out the flask thing right now. And again, we don't know if the flask is going to work even, so we have to just kind of go with it. But I really like the idea, so yeah, good one. On that note, while I'm drawing it in, let's get a little, philosophical right now. If anybody can like put on their philosophy hats, appreciate it. That'll help you keep up with this. All right, cool. So, and like this one really good artist, he's talking about how you can improve a lot. You can study really hard, and like you can really improve your skill. But you'll never get as good as you could if you were working in a team environment. And as a an upcoming digital artist, I was like, yeah, he's right. I need drawing friends. Yeah, or like a team. That was when I was just like, my quest for the ultimate team has begun. And that was when I started forcing El Peach on to be my friend and stuff like that. But Cool. Yeah, so basically, You know, it's like I can come up with some cool ideas and stuff, but like working in a team, it's like they're gonna see things you didn't. They're gonna like notice things about your work that you never did, and it's just like a great, it's great. Like it, as you guys are seeing right now, it's like, oh, that's cool. Okay, let's lower the strap down here too. Just kind of like I want to establish, like, all right, there's a leather band on her shirt, like her arm right here. Then sewn on that is a pouch that can hold a flask. And when you kind of break down stuff like that, you'll get a better result than if you were just kind of just like, all right, hip on her flask. Like, let's draw that, and then let me duplicate it, and let's just draw it like this without that extra band around it. Then it's just gonna look like it's kind of like, what? Yeah, it's not really like sorry, it's hard for me to draw bad now. I wish. Cool, we might have to like connect it down there. See, like it's just kind of like hanging off there now. It's like, okay, like yeah, I don't know. Next time you're, and again, like I didn't just come up with that right now. I've looked at like leatherworking and stuff before, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool, like. Yeah, and when you think about like how stuff is made, like the materials, how it would actually function, that's a good way to kind of like inspire your designs and that kind of stuff. It'll kind of bring in a little more of like reality into your fantasy art. And I don't mean fantasy, in reality into your just like art, because art, it's like all it's all an illusion. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that maniacal with it, but cool. Awesome. Alright, there's something there. It's almost getting a little, maybe I'm going a little too whiskey flask with it. Let's try this. Again, I'll Command J. Really? Just that section? That's a good point. No, let's do that. Alright, so let's say I highlight just that section. Command J, I can easily, and then I'll just have only that. Like, so it's kind of a nice way if you can isolate something. If you don't want to like cut it out, like using Command X, cool. Let's Command S that. I think Failstar Forever's dropping some wisdom in here. Let's see this. All right, let's give Failstar a voice, and I know it's not his real voice because I know him in real life. So seriously, one thing you can't train into yourself is a different perspective. And having a fresh set of eyes can really help you identify problems or ways to improve your work. Plus, brainstorming with friends is just fun. The what if game. Awesome. So, sweet. So that is what Failstar sounds like, if anybody's wondering. I don't know why. It's just more fun for me to read it that way. So I appreciate your guys' understanding and patience. So excellent. Yeah, flipping the canvas helps, definitely. But yeah. Failstar's talking about a different kind of perspective, though. But yeah, if you don't have a team, flipping the canvas, definitely. Could try files. That's what I'm thinking right now, too, Hawk. You are using the force. Alright, so I just want to double check that I do have a backup. We don't, so let's duplicate that. Is this still that whiskey flask that just got isolated on its own? Alright, let's delete that. Alright, cool. Let's try a file, yeah, because this shape is, as much as I like the idea, again, like, that's a cool idea, it's like, yeah, she got a flask there, that's sick, but yeah, if it doesn't work, then you gotta, we gotta kick, who was it, Derp Ken that suggested that? We gotta kick you out from the chat. Cool, so let's just have a little one, a little Phoenix Felices on there. I think that'll work a little better. And again, this is one of the great things about Photoshop, is you can resize stuff like so well, like it's so awesome. Let's take this and just have one like down here. Sorry, it's like it's just hanging under her thing right there. That's kind of crazy. Well, I'll just leave it there for now. It's in another layer. Whatever. Cool. All right, so let's try this, and let's maybe we can have like elongate the bottom or something. Yeah, it's almost too long. I kind of like it like that, and then maybe we could have another one on this side. Little Phoenix Felices. Cool. That's a little better. Talking about little things that are not helping, like something that's really subtle that If you picked up on it, good for you. Some of you might not. Don't worry about it. It's a really small thing. Crap. I hope the mic isn't freaking out. But if you look, these are curving around. Let me get a different color. So all this, her armband is curving around like this because the arm is coming towards us, right? So, but if you look really closely, these are almost curving up. Like if I exaggerate the whole line, it's almost like that. What? Yeah. So, you know, that's something we're gonna need to change right now. And sometimes it's like a little thing like that can actually get in the way of your design. And it's just like, oh, like, I don't know, there's just something that I don't like about this design. It's not working. You know, you're gonna strangle your Photoshop pen, or I mean your Wacom pen. It's like it could just be a little perspective issue like that. You know, so sometimes little errors. You know, even though you might not want to, it's like get them out of the way right now. Then you can judge more accurately your image. Alright, cool. So that works a little better. Maybe we can even move this one up a bit. And this is where you really gotta watch out. Because you can really, nah, that's too close now. Alright, we'll leave it like that. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yikes, sorry about that. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry. Oh my god, what's that sound? Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Sorry, I knew I had to check the mic. I felt it in the force, but I didn't do it. But hopefully now it's better. Sorry about that one again. I don't know why this mic just goes like robotics every now and then. I think it's like intercepting an imperial code. I don't know. But cool. So thank you for your patience with that, everyone. Awesome. Chill. Okay, cool. Alright, well I think I'm okay with those for now. I just want to raise that up a little bit to separate this down here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Right. So I just want to raise the bottom of the flask up a little bit just to show the separation between where this piece of leather ends and where this begins. Alright, that's getting a little better. And sorry, I want to reinforce this. Something, alright, let's say like if we were sending out this concept art, like this sketch, like I don't want to say this is like a good point to send it out, but like I'd probably want to clean it up a little bit more. But just something we could do, just because I've only got like 2 minutes left, is like when you want to separate stuff out, like remember how we hey, thanks for the follow, DrugsMJ, thank you. Something that I'll do, remember how we had the black on there, showed those tones? We can also do that with white too. Oh, hold on, my mic does that something, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah, I really appreciate that. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to select these layers. Sorry, I'm just going to select basically what will be the glass portion of these little flasks. And then I'll hit Command I, and I can invert the line art. Then, yeah, I could go back in and be like, alright, I want the caps, like, dark, you know, yeah, whatever. I could invert it back, whatever, but, like, just having that in there can really give, like, the client, you know, your art director an idea of, like, oh, okay, like, these are darks, well, that's gonna be glass, like, see-through light. Like, it can really, you know, really help a lot with that little stuff. Cool. I almost want to do a quick silhouette of her, but that's alright, we'll leave it as is. Maybe we can grab some of these. Nope. Let's see. Alright, well, let's, unfortunately, we gotta call it right now. Gotta call it. But let's do that cool thing Peachon does, where it's like, this is where we finished. It was a great ride, everyone. Appreciate you coming out. Let's see where we started with. Way back here. Yikes. Okay, so you can barely see anything. Nuts. Alright, cool. So yeah, we had not very much there. And then boom. Yeah! Now she's looking good. Went from nothing to something. Yes. Cool, so I'm feeling good about this. Was it good for you too? Alright, cool. Awesome. So again, thank you everyone for coming. Unfortunately, we got to cut it off here because, it's just because of time, you know. The old problem of time, there is never enough. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate everyone. It was a really fun stream. We're going to be just future stuff for these streams. We're going to be doing some more characters for Fall of the Apprentice for a little while. We got, what the heck do we have left? We got to do a blacksmith character. We've got to do this other mystery character. I don't know, I'm debating on whether to do the main character. I've heard back and forth, like some people say I'd really like to see the main character of this game, like the character you're going to be playing as. Other people are like, no, it's a dating game, like you don't want to see them, you want to imagine it's you. You know, for me it's like I imagine myself as that character, but I don't know, we'll see. Oh man. Alright, cool. So so we got plenty more of these. We can continue on this chick. We'll probably continue with her for next time. I'll try to clean up, get the line art squared away, so next time we can go into the colors. We'll probably do the like the base color scheme for her next. I don't imagine that'll take that long because she is on the I don't want to say the simpler side, but if you are interested in doing like skin tones and that kind of stuff, definitely tune in either next session or the session after that, because since she is gonna have these kind of like segments kind of sewn onto her, we're going to be dealing with like how to light a lot of different skin tones. So it's going to be, if you've been struggling with skin, you know, like pale skin, dark skin, blue skin, light, whatever, you know, we're gonna get into that next time. So it'd be a really good time if you're interested. So, excellent. Thanks for coming out, everyone, again. If you could give me a follow, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to do tons of game stuff. If you want to check me out on Patreon, play some of the game demos I got coming out on this Friday, you're going to be able to do the archery test. It's going to be very memorable. I'll give that as the clue to the game. So excellent. Thanks everyone for coming out. Really appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. Definitely give me a follow. Support me on Patreon. Just find me on social media. I'm on Twitter now. I'm on Instagram. I'm slowly becoming cool. So, you know, I'd appreciate you guys' help. It make me feel cooler. It's awesome. Your boy Dole. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. So alright everyone. Happy painting. You rock. I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, I'll be at Anime Impulse. Anime Impulse this weekend. Definitely check that out. You can find info on our aglstudioart.com or AGL Studio Art on Facebook. Awesome. Hey, thanks Scotty. Just really quick, yeah, thanks Justin, Failstar Forever coming out. Vinmara, Ellis Drake, Dev Texture, Vinmara again, Drugs Hawk, thanks for coming out, dude. And anyone else I didn't mention, I really appreciate you coming in. I know we got CDS, Raptipo, awesome. So again, rock and roll everyone. I'll see you next week.